to show you one of the application methods of applying Phat film. So Phat film is a high density film used for thick film applications, whether it's industrial or high density inks and garments. But today I'm going to be demonstrating the Phat film 300. Our Phat film ranges from 100 microns all the way up to 700 microns, but today I'm going to do the 300 microns for you. So with this film, there's two protective carrier sheets. There's a flimsy side that gets removed now, and the thicker mylar sheet gets pulled off once the screen has been completely dried. So right now we'll take off this flimsy Teflon sheet, and I will wet the screen. Just looking to put a light tack on there. We'll apply the Phat film to the screen. And now we'll let this dry. Once it's dry, we'll come back and we'll back coat it with direct emulsion, and I'll show you that part of the process as well. So now that my screen is dried with the Phat film applied, it's just on there just a little bit. That water is just going to have enough of a tack, so when it dries, it's going to stick to the screen, but you can't just print with it like this. So with Phat film, high density film, we have to back coat it with emulsion to adhere it to the screen. I'm going to be using UDC Ace. I typically like to use an emulsion that's water resistant because when you're washing out a high density screen, it takes a little bit longer than your standard screen does. So you're going to want to have something that's water resistant and can hold up during that developing process. So like I said, I'm going to be using UDC Ace. Another one would be CP Tex is another good one as well. So now we'll just be coating from the back side, the squeegee side, and just enough that it's holding the emulsion on. So you don't have to do the whole entire screen either. So now you can see that it's back coated, and the emulsion, when it dries, will hold that Phat film to the screen. So I'm going to let this dry now and show you what it looks like once it's completely dry. So I'm just checking on this screen now with the Phat film. You can see when I pull on the carrier sheet, I really have to pull. Awful difficult. That's telling me that there's still moisture in the screen. Also, when I lay this back down, you can see that it re-wets. It really pulls that carrier sheet back in. That's telling me that it's still too wet. I'm going to put this back in the dryer and we'll pull it out in a little while. Okay, I'm going to check this again to see if the Phat film screen is dry. It comes off pretty easy once it's dry. So now this is ready to go. We can go and we can expose this just as you would any screen.